The year was 1996. It was a simpler time. The Simpsons was still funny, and this beautiful two-wheel drive V6 GMC Sonoma rolled off the production line in Linden, New Jersey. Destined to be driven by some landscape company or a small construction firm, it was selected for a special task. It was to be the test bed for a new experimental transmission. It was shipped from New Jersey to Troy, Michigan, the then home of New Venture Gear, the supplier for the transmission. The old stock 5-speed manual transmission was yanked out and replaced with a new, beefier model. After about 5,000 miles and 2 years of testing, they sold this truck to my father, who was an employee of NVG at the time. This is my first car. Yep, it's a little rough, but it still drives nice and has only 75,000 miles on the odometer. My parents decided it would be better if I had it now instead of just continuing to sit in storage. Just look at that Monroney sticker. All those extra options. This truck cost less than $18,000 new and had the bigger options like the engine and the extended cab. A modern 2019 GMC Canyon with these sort of options would be well over $30,000. Granted, that's a much better truck in every way, but that's a lot more money. I'm glad I didn't have to pay extra for that silver stripe. Yeah, it may only be two-wheel drive, but it has a locking rear differential. Now, what I really wanted to talk to you today was about something that came out around the same time frame. Battle Cheese. No, not Battle Chess. That was from 1988. Battle Cheese is what I'm talking about. What is Battle Cheese, you might ask? Well, it's about the cheesiest game imaginable. It was written in 1995 by Brad Boggess, and it is pure awesomeness. Now let me tell you the backstory. Basically, in 2048, we've reached peak oil, and nuclear energy is the future. Fusion plant was designed in the United States, and a Serbian spy disguised as a student infiltrates an American fusion nuclear reactor and diagrams the reactor on a slice of cheese he happened to have in his backpack. He then sells this cheese to Russia. Russia makes a fusion reactor with the diagram, and it explodes. The cheese mutates with human DNA that was located on the cheese from him carving the diagram with his fingernail, and pretty soon a whole new race of mutant cheese emerges. So now we have civilizations of cheese who notice similarities and differences amongst themselves, especially in color, texture, and flavor. These cheese mutants band together and form armies to control the land. Now, if that's not the most epic backstory imaginable, I do not know what is. Now look at this introduction screen. Pre-rendered 3D mutant cheese is really perfection. The only problem I can say about this intro screen is the mouse is bound to this tiny area. I mean, why? I want to be able to use my mouse everywhere. I mean, how is the mouse supposed to get to the cheese? You can play in one of 4 locations: North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia. Each map has its own unique landscape, but the game basically plays the same no matter what location you pick. Now you may think, can this game be any Gouda? Yes it is. First of all, you pick a name and you get to pick a country. So you write your name in, and then you pick either the blue cheese, the cheddar cheese, the cream cheese, or the Swiss cheese. Now, naturally, I want to pick Swiss cheese because, they're neutral. And then the AI picks their names, and you get to play against such great AI names as Robert E. Cheese, Chet R. Cheese, Ricky Ricotta, and my personal favorite, Julius Cheeser. Basically, this game plays like Risk. You buy units, you use those units to attack other countries, and then you invade the countries. You take more land, you get more money, then your morale gets, and you get more funds to buy more troops. Then if you lose battles, you lose funds, you lose morale, and then pretty soon you're going to circling around the drain. You have regular troops, elite troops, Limburger bombs, Gouda guns, and recon parmesan, all useful for different things. Your troops are basically cannon fodder. You use them to protect your better troops. So you're good at guns, are good at eliminating enemy defenses, and the Limburger bombs are also helpful at taking out large numbers of enemy troops. Your Parmesan is basically a spy. Every turn you get 3 moves, so you can attack, buy things, or transfer troops around. So use your turns wisely. Every single territory in the map have a strange, weird, punny name. Places like Cheesyfornia for California, Airhead Zona for Arizona. Other places like France is called Fromage, and Turkey is broken up into East and West chicken. Greece is the word. And in Russia, they have some weird names too, but one of the most interesting thing is that there's actually a crater on the map. They thought of everything. Now check out these animations when you attack a village or get attacked. Your guys look so happy here. Look at him. He's so happy he won. Or he's so sad that he lost. Or look at this village. Your troops are just pounding through the village, destroying everything. The attention to detail is quite superb. The game is pretty straightforward. It's not really that complicated, but it's a lot of fun. And so, if you play on the easy levels, it's pretty easy. Play on the more difficult levels, it's just not even fun. It's too difficult. But, I mean, it is what it is. So you pick the challenge level that you want. One really cool thing is that the game is in VGA, but it's a 16-color VGA with a higher resolution. But they also made an EGA version. Granted, the EGA version intro screens look like weird colors that don't match, but once you get into the game, it looks perfectly fine. This is totally playable on an EGA computer. I played this on my 486, it worked fine, but I don't see any reason why you can't play it on a slower machine. Although the intro screens are really bad. You have to wait forever for it to load. But as is the case with some things like this, sometimes it's worth the wait. I kind of wish there was a spiritual sequel to this game. Maybe a sequel called Battle Corn. Can you imagine it? General Cornwall fighting against Genghis Corn, duking it out over the plains of Cornistan. Now that would be epic. And there'd be plenty of room for lots of corny jokes. Anyway, that's the video today. Hope you like this little nostalgia trip with my truck and enjoyed this cheesy game. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Some people say that to be a real man, your car has to have 3 pedals. Well, 3 pedals is nice. A real man has 4 pedals.